Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So I know it's been a very long time since I did another video, but I am very excited to be back today doing a Halloween tutorial. Pretty much it's gonna be for my 31 days of Halloween. So this look is going to be a very like beginner level zombie. I'm pretty much gonna be playing with a little bit of latex. So I hope you guys like it, and as always, follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and on my Facebook at Thatmontoyakid, and on Facebook it's Jose Montoya. If you guys have any suggestions at all, drop them down in this comments. Go on my Instagram link and let me know exactly what you guys want to see from me. I hope that this year is a lot better than last year. I know the last year is like I rushed a lot to turn some of the looks out so they were simple, but I'm really taking my time. As you guys know, I moved out of my parents' house, and there's just been a lot going on, which is why I haven't been posting regular videos. Pretty much, you know, with my job, it's always busy now, especially I'm in Florida and we got hit by the hurricane. So unfortunately, it's just been insane, but I'm back now. I also started an Etsy shop. It's at House of Montoya. I'll drop the link down below. You guys can order any custom headpieces, lashes, nails, anything drag related or cool like makeup effects. So definitely check that out, and as always, thank you guys for watching. And now we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in. Like I said, 30 days of Halloween, let's go.
Alright, so we're gonna just jump right in. The first thing that I'm gonna be doing is outlining where my rotting flesh is gonna be. Pretty much for this look, I decided to go with like an infected zombie. I wanted to pretty much have the left side of my face, when you're looking at the monitor, it looks like my right side, but it's my left side. So my left side of my face, I pretty much just wanted it to look like it was running away and that I had already been deceasing and like just nasty looking skin. Since I am going to be working with some liquid latex, I went ahead and I put some Vaseline where my brow and my chin hair is. That will prevent the liquid latex from getting stuck there and having to rip my hair out. For this technique, I'm just going to be building up using liquid latex from Mehron and toilet paper. This is a classic like beginner's FX look and technique pretty much. You're just going to go ahead, lay it down, flatten it, and then work more liquid latex on top. As you can tell, I added a lot, and then I went back and just cleaned up the edges by taking off the excess toilet paper that wasn't needed. And then a second coat of liquid latex to even out the edges to make it look like it's really coming out of my skin and that it is my skin. Then I'm gonna go with my fingers and pretty much just rip it up a little bit, and that will create the depth effect and make it look like it's actually my skin that's coming out of like my, you know, like my skull, not just paper. And this process is probably what's gonna take you the longest throughout this whole tutorial, just because you really want to work your way into it to add a lot of texture, add depth to it, and make sure that everything is blended out evenly with the skin. If you need to, go ahead and add more liquid latex as you go on. And then the same thing, you're just gonna create the first baseline of where the toilet paper is gonna be. You lay it down with your finger, and like I said, just keep working it up. What I used for the liquid latex was just the back of an eyeliner pencil. If you used any type of brush for a liquid latex, that brush will pretty much be gone and you won't be able to use it again. And once again, like I said, you go back, you add another coat, make sure that it looks like it's coming out of your skin, it's very well blended, and make sure that you add a lot of texture. This look, with the more texture that you add, the better it will look. But you also have to remember not to get too carried away. There's the fine line between too much and just adding a bit of texture, if that makes sense. And also another tip is go in little increments of latex. So not put latex all over. especially if it's just a thin layer, because by the time you try and add the toilet paper on top of it, it will most likely be dry. But like I said, just keep going back and working more and more and building this layer of like the base for it pretty much, because if you don't have a strong enough and texturized enough base for this whole look, when you start adding the green paint, which I'm doing right here, it won't look good. Pretty much this is just your normal FX paint. I'm using the one from the Decay Flash palette. I believe it's like by CC Beauty, and I'm just taking the green and putting that all over where I did the like a latex and toilet paper combination. The reason why I'm doing it in green is because I'm going more for a rotted skin, deceased skin look, than for like a bloody gory look. If I were to do bloody and gore, then you would start off with like a brown, red, pink, and then add blood to it. But I want this to look like I've been infected for a while. And once I have like the greens in there how I want it, I'm gonna go back in and make the wound opening look more defined. I'm just doing that by taking some tweezers and stretching it out, and then doing it with my finger as well to help it. And I'm gonna be doing that for both the top lesion and the whole cheek lesion as well. And like I said, this part is very important. This is what's gonna create the whole depth and effect to this whole look. Okay, and then right here, once I was doing that, I realized that I wanted to add kind of like a bone or veins to it, and I decided to just go ahead and do some like minor bones. I mean, I don't really know how the mouth and like cheek structure is formed, so I just went ahead and added 3 little fine lines of toilet paper. And then you're gonna go same technique as before. You put the toilet paper, you put the latex, and then you add more on top to create another quote and to add more texture to it. Pretty much this will set the whole base for the colors. This is what's gonna really make it look more realistic and not just painted on. That's why I decided to take my time with this. I didn't want to rush it. And then once you have that done, you're gonna go in from the same cream color from the CC Beauty Decay Flash palette with the brown, and go all over on the inside of the lesions. I really want to build up the color and the texture with this, and then that's when I go in and add the red to have like a muddy brown, since like I said, the skin is rotting. That's the whole effect that we're going for. I went ahead and added more red all over, and then red on the outside as well. The reason why I'm just dabbing, you just dab that on. That one you don't really like brush it on. That one you just lightly tap it all over, because it will just pick up on the high points of the texture, and that will add effect to it and depth. And then you take some white and some purple, you mix it a little bit, and then you keep going ahead, and that will create a bruising effect to it. Any type of purples and blues on skin on top of red will create like a bruise effect. And like I said, as you can tell from just this right now, it's looking like my skin has actually been decomposing. So that's why I went ahead and added the dark shades. And now we're gonna go in with a black and really just put that underneath all of the stretched out latex. The black really defines it and adds more and more details to it. You have to really take your time with this. This is the part that will be the center point of the whole look. So you really want to make sure that you're getting it everywhere, getting it where it would be dark, making sure that that you're not using too much black where the bone structure for the cheek is, because then will defeat the whole purpose of it. But I do go ahead and put a lot of black around my lips because in reality I want them to look like they're gone and diminished as much as possible, because we're gonna be going and adding some teeth to it. So the black, like the more black and darker it is, the better for that illusion. For the teeth, I'm just taking some fake acrylic nails and cutting the tips of it all crooked. I don't want the teeth to look nice, so that's why I did like a zigzag pattern when I cut them. And then I'm just gonna be gluing them underneath the liquid latex and toilet paper combination with more liquid latex. And all I'm doing is putting latex to my skin, pressing on the nails on the top, putting more latex on the top, and then putting the flapple skin or fake skin back on top. And I'm doing that for the top and the bottom of the teeth. And at first I was just gonna have those 5 teeth, but I realized it would look a lot better with more, so I will be adding more on. And to paint the teeth, I went ahead and did a coat of white all over. And then I'm gonna be going in with yellow to make them look really nasty and ugly. And then on top of the yellow, I'm gonna be doing the brown. This is all from the same body paint. You can use acrylic paint, but I don't know how that will work out while it's on your face. It'll take longer to dry, so you can just use the makeup paint. And then the brown, you're just gonna be making fine lines to add like the rotted effect to the teeth as well. And like I said, I went ahead and added more teeth. This will make more, this will cover more of like the gray space, like the empty space that you saw. And I just feel like it creates a better feel for the look. And once you have that, go back in with some white and add more details to the texture of the 3 bones that you did. Add some texture to some of the skin itself. And I'm gonna be doing the rest of my face, and I'm using the Hinds face and eye primer. And then I'm gonna go in with the Kat Von D foundation, and I'm just gonna be spreading it all around. And don't be afraid to overlap where you did some of the shading for the like the little DIY prosthetic. The reason that I do recommend to actually go ahead on top of it is because it adds that layer of skin tone on the top, and as you can tell now from it, it really does look like the skin is all bruised up. And I'm gonna go in with some Anastasia brow dip. I don't really care to define my brows since this is a dead zombie look, so I'm just gonna go in, add some of it, and then just brush it out quickly. And for this nose, I want the nose to be super thin, almost like a cartoon nose. So I'm gonna be taking the darkest color in the Anastasia contour kit and really shaping out the nose to be as thin as possible, but you also don't want just the line. You want something more defined, so when you add like the nose holes, it actually looks creepy and it looks good. So for the nose holes, I took this from an idea of like a Jack skeleton. So I went ahead and I did that, put it all black. And now you want to add some shading to the nose and the rest of the face, especially where you created the latex prosthetics. You don't want to do an excessive amount of shading because that will take away from the look, but you definitely want to add more to it. And I really wanted this eyebrows to be really hairy and bushy, so I just went back and did a little bit more hairs on it. Alright, and then I'm gonna be taking some white cream stick from Mehron, and I'm just gonna be putting that in where I did the shading, as it'll give it a pop of color and it'll highlight it as well. And I also did that for the nose to give it more of a 3D effect. Next step is adding some contour to the one side of the face where you don't have the prosthetics. This is like a really messy kind of look, so go in with the darker color. Don't blend it all the way out. You want some harsh lines to define the face structure. I'm gonna be popping in some contacts. I decided to go with a white lens on the part where the look is more deceased, and then a red infected look contact on the other side. I'm using the Naked palette because it has a lot of neutral colors on it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and using the dark brown for the top of my eye, the bottom of my eye, and I'm gonna be using the silver on the inner corner and then just the black on the outer corner. And you are this like pretty much dying and deceasing and like a monster, so make sure to bring the eyeshadow as far down as possible, but blend it. You don't want just a harsh line or harsh lines around the bottom. Once you have that, you're gonna be adding some veins. I'm using a purple and blue color to it. I didn't want to go with the red veins that you would typically see because I feel like I've been using the colors purple and blue for the whole look, so that will just complement it very well. And since we have been doing a lot with our eyes, I just went ahead and used some mascara from Decay Perversion to make the eyelash pop, since I didn't want to use fake lashes. And then I also went ahead and added some on the eyebrows to make them more wild and untamed. And now the final step for the face is pretty much adding a white layer of powder all over to give you that ghostly dead effect. Since I pretty much, with the contour and the Kat Von D foundation, I looked more bronze than I wanted to, the white Coty powder just added more of a dead feel to it. And then I take some black eyeshadow and just kind of add more details and depth to it. And I bring it down all the way to my neck and my ears. Alright, now time for the hair. You mess up the hair a little bit, and I'm gonna be taking some colored hairspray and gonna be putting a white base all over. Now that I have the white, I'm gonna be going in with like a neon blue and really putting that all over again. I'm brushing it out and defining the shape of the hair that I wanted. I want this to be pretty much going all the way back and wefting, and then I went back again with the white to tone down the blue. Alright guys, and this is it, our final look.
Alright guys, so that was it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys love it. As always, please like, subscribe before you leave, and comment down below. Let me know exactly what you guys want to see. I honestly had a lot of fun doing this. As you can tell, it was something that I haven't done before, and it was something that I just kind of went along with it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it, and until next time, peace out, Cub Scouts. I love you all. Mwah.